What is going on, guys? Stroller here on the mic, bringing you some live action Rival Kingdoms gameplay. And for today, what I was looking to do is give, give you guys an informative lesson on how to approach your events, be they in Kingdom or individual. Basically, this will apply to everybody. So, for starters, what I want you to do is address what ancient needs to be used for the events. Now, for everyone, for each event, sorry, there's going to be different requirement expected of you. So for starters, using Yuki, who is this new ancient we've just gained, is going to give you 4 extra snowflake crystal sort of thing. So basically you're going to have a selected, and if you're going to find people with their strongholds outside, I strongly suggest you go for them. It's an easy battle. There's nothing for you to lose. And what I would suggest you do is just to gain more added points, you can look at what boosts are available for you to use that are going to add more points to your tally. So for starters, the best one I would say that I have the most of would be a legendary shatter boost, which I don't even use it on a day-to-day basis, so it's pretty much just sitting there doing nothing. So I'll just toss in my troops, and then perhaps the next game I'll find someone with their stronghold inside, so it's a bit of a challenge. So for starters, I'm just gonna go and destroy everything here, take away all the gold, got the gold, end game. Right, now that was in no way the best example of how to use Yuki, so hopefully in the next game I'm gonna get a chance to just demonstrate how she works. And I'm not entirely impressed with her. I mean, she's decent. She's not like Lyris Great or anything of that sort. Even Saurik, for that matter, who I feel has been a bit, his skill has been dampened a bit. He's not as good as he once was, especially now with Stronghold 16.5's about. So yeah, this guy doesn't look very easy for me to attempt using Yuki at this level. She's 43 currently, but that's nowhere close to what I feel is needed to approach a base like that. This is more up to speed. I can probably handle this. Stronghold 15s are definitely an easy, I wouldn't say easy target, but it's definitely lot more manageable than having to verse a person Stronghold 16 maxed. So let's see. I'm gonna go for another legendary boost, and the best way I feel to use her is to basically throw down one of these blizzards and have them in range of where you're going to be throwing in troops. Now I accidentally threw in those wardens. Oops. Right, and throw in the dragon and try to bait these towers into firing at it. Alright, so there we go, one shot off. And now the problem with Yuki is that you have to rely on people dying in order for her heal to take effect. So basically, here's a whole all these purple little things here are where lost souls are. So you have to collect them from these particular areas. Now, here there seems to be a decent amount of lost souls, so I'll just recover it from there. Let's pull the dragon towards the middle. Perhaps throw in another one of these. And then for the most part, you're just spamming the second spell, the second tier 1 spell. So just keep dropping it, wait a bit, drop it again for more souls, drop it again. Now no matter where you throw this second spell, all your units are going to get healed. So 28 health recovery for each soul. Alright, everyone besides your dragon heals obviously, so let's just speed up this game, it's all done. Alright. So I think that's a fair example of how to use her, and let's just cover some other things and see if we can broaden people's knowledge on how to approach these tournaments. So we'll come back to a game in a fair bit. I just want to go on to explaining all the other things that are involved. So another thing is having good boosts and using your alchemy lab to obtain them. So what we've been doing here, and I'm sure other people have been as well, but they're going and they're crafting these epic ice elemental boosts. Did I just pass it? Oh yeah, because I have them crafting at the moment. So basically you keep crafting these take about 2 hours to get done. Actually they do take 2 hours to get done. I just put one on now. They cost 4 paladins, and I'm assuming a lot of you all have a fair amount of them that you don't use. I mean, they're not the highest of levels, so sacrificing 4 of them and that bit of gold and loyalty points seems worth it. You're getting 20 added points. So learning to use your alchemy lab efficiently is another thing. So for example, if you know you're going to be up for the next, let's say, 6 hours, then you can end up putting on 3 of these ice elemental bows. Whereas if you know you're probably going to end up sleeping in the next 2 hours, then perhaps put on one of these dark forge chest sort of things. Now let's find something with a decent amount of loot, and perhaps I can go on to explaining a few more other things. Now, as I wrap up this video, I just want to mention that there is something called the 818 method or 10-1-10. Depends on how low you go, honestly. But basically, what this entails is people will intentionally lose games in multiplayer, not in the arena, in multiplayer, and by doing so, what this does is it gives you easier opponents by the game's system basically makes it think that you are incapable of handling this opposition, so they give you easier people, like you get lower stronghold levels as you go down. So by losing maybe 10 to 12 games, you should be getting stronghold fours and ones and stuff. And basically, people will just quickly go and burst these games one after the other, win 10 games, lose one, win 10, lose one, and the cycle continues. And that's basically, I feel, how people are able to get points a lot faster. Now, obviously, it's no arena, so you're not getting as much loot, especially if you're playing lower down. The loot is not good, and the rings are not good. You're getting about 8 each battle. I mean, 8, 9, 10, but still, it's not much. So at the risk of losing your resources, and gaining points, that's another way people are doing it. I would demonstrate it, but I'm already into the tournament now, and I don't want to go and lose unnecessary stones just to demonstrate that. But perhaps another time I can show you how that works if it does interest you. But yeah, basically that's it. I know I just played someone very easy there, but that's the main reason why I have my stronghold outside. I want opponents to be easy in arena. I'm getting a fair amount of rings, I'm getting a fair amount of gold, and at the same time, the opponents aren't incredibly difficult. I can handle them with Yuki at this level. I'm eager to see how he turns up once we reach Legendary, provided we are able to hold our position. But I've got a good squad with me, so I know we definitely are. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. I hope some of this information was informative. I'm sure a lot of you already know most of this, but if there is something here that benefited you, perhaps leave a like and subscribe. I'll be sure to leave some videos in the future. For now, this is me. I'm out. Be seeing you guys.